Before the Great War erupted, the bolt-action rifle was seen as a symbol of discipline and national pride. It lined armories, filled drill squares, and gleamed under the sun during imperial parades. Few imagined that this same rifle designed for precision and crafted with care would soon be buried in mud, stained with blood, and fired through tearful eyes. In the hands of millions, the bolt-action rifle became more than metal. It became identity, a daily companion, a trusted partner in hell. What is a bolt-action rifle? At first glance, a simple concept. But within its wooden frame and steel bones is a marvel of mechanical design refined by decades of innovation. The principle is straightforward. A single round fed from a magazine into the chamber by manually operating a bolt. Pull up, draw back, feed forward, lock down, fire, repeat. But not all rifles were created equal. The variations shaped the battlefield itself. The Gewehr 98, chambered in the powerful 7.9 257mm Mauser round, was Germany's standard. Its bolt featured dual front-locking lugs, a long claw extractor, and a 5-round internal magazine fed by stripper clips. With an effective range of up to 500 meters for average soldiers, and more for trained marksmen. It was revered for its long-range precision. Across the Channel, British troops carried the short magazine Lee-Enfield Mk3 known simply as the SMLE. It was fast, very fast. Rear-locking lugs allowed for smooth cycling, and a 10-round magazine twice the Gewehr's capacity meant fewer pauses between firing. During training, British riflemen practiced the Mad Minute, 15 aimed shots in just 60 seconds at a 300-yard target. In mass, this rate of fire created the illusion of machine guns. The SMLE was a beast of trench warfare, shorter, lighter, quicker. But with speed came fragility. Mud could foul it. Overzealous soldiers could wear out bolts. Still, few rifles inspired more confidence than defending a muddy trench from a sudden advance. And in the hands of French soldiers, the aging Lebel M1886, revolutionary rifle in its day. The first to use smokeless powder, it fired an 8mm bullet from an 8-round tubular magazine under the barrel. The design was a relic complex and slow to reload, but it hit hard. French poilus often found themselves stuck with outdated designs, but the Lebel remained respected, particularly for its compatibility with rifle grenades. In the trenches, the bolt-action rifle became a lifeline. As rats scurried and lice spread, soldiers clutched their weapons like relics. Rifles jammed in the mud, froze shut in bitter frost, or cracked under pressure. Still, they were carried through sleepless nights, trench raids, and bayonet charges. Troops gave them names like OL Reliable, Elsie, the Growler. They wrapped them in oilcloths, dried them near fires, prayed they wouldn't miss fire at dawn.
Every night I stripped her down, not out of routine, but out of love. If she failed, I'd die.
No weapon stayed the same for long. The bolt-action rifle, once a long-range tool of marksmanship, became a multi-role workhorse. For snipers, telescopic sights were added. British and German rifles alike gained 3 times and 4 times optics. For trench raiders, barrels were shortened for maneuverability. Some troops even stripped off sights to save seconds. Specialized versions emerged, carbines for cavalry, grenade-launching variants with cup dischargers, and improvised trench clubs grafted onto old rifles. In World War I, necessity was the mother of brutal invention. By the armistice, tens of millions of bolt-action rifles had been fired, carried, buried, and mourned. Some were discarded in the mud of no man's land. Others were brought home as trophies. Most were reused for years, even decades, by other nations in other wars. But they left their mark not just on battlefields, but on culture, on families, on the rifle range, where echoes of the Mad Minute still live, and on engineering, where lessons from muddy trenches still shape modern marksman rifles. It wasn't the machine gun. It wasn't the tank. For most soldiers, the war came down to a bolt, a barrel, and belief. Next time, we journey from the mud to the thunderclouds into the world of artillery, where one shell could speak louder than 1,000 rifles. See you then, and I would be happy if you leave me feedback on this video. If you liked it, please subscribe. Until next time, when we hear to the echoes of those who came before again.